Welcome to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. Today is the penultimate trip report before the end of season 4. Next week, you'll hear the season finale, and then I will be taking a 2-week break for June 23rd and 30th before season 5 officially begins on July 7th. During those 2 weeks, I will be off to Anaheim, California for a work conference, and you'll never believe my luck, but that conference will be directly across the street from Disneyland and Disney California Adventure at the Anaheim Convention Center. This means I will have multiple days when I will be in the parks later in the day after my conference responsibilities are over. Of course, I plan to do a trip report to share all of the details with you, but needless to say, I am so excited because I haven't been back to Disneyland since before the pandemic. If you'll be there June 23rd through 27th, please let me know because I'd love to say hi and give you a podcast sticker. And now, let's get rolling on this week's pre-trip report. Please join me in welcoming my newest Disney friend, Nats. Welcome to the podcast, Nats.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm very happy to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from the UK, so my name is Natalie, but everyone calls me Nats. I'm originally from Scotland, so I'm from a town called Paisley, which is in Glasgow. And I moved to England when I was around 19, so around 8 years ago. Oh my God, it's went so quickly. 8 years ago, I moved down here, and I've got a house down here with my partner Scott. And yeah, I am loving all things Disney at the moment, and have done for so many years. I've recently just started my YouTube channel and my Instagram channel. And yeah, I'm loving connecting with everyone on there, and I've met so many amazing people. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment.
Tell us a little bit about your Instagram and your YouTube. What are you focusing on there, and what is your content like?
Yeah, so my content is all things Disney mostly, because when Scott and I go on holiday and we go to Orlando, we do a lot of like Universal, we do things outside the parks and so on and so forth. Most of it is kind of around all of that and what we get up to over there. I also do a little bit of like mid-size outfit videos, so like styling outfits for mid-size girls, because that's something I found really difficult when trying to like pack my case for going on holiday, is trying to find something that's cute but comfy for someone who's maybe not the slimmest girl out there. So yeah, I do a lot of that kind of over there, and then yeah, just kind of connecting with people that are doing similar things to me. I do touch a little bit on kind of my personal life, and I've been going through a fertility struggle for the past kind of 4 years.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Scott and I, we lost, we had a miscarriage around 3.5 years ago, and I kind of used Disney and all of this stuff as like a way out of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just the struggles of that fertility journey just kind of take a toll on everyone that's facing it.
Right.
So yeah, we try and keep positive by having trips booked or having something that makes us feel a little bit happier and a little bit lighter. And that's what you'll find over on my channels.
Yeah. A lot of people do that. And I have told this story on the podcast before, but I didn't go to the parks a lot growing up. But in fact, I only went once in high school. And then I went again as an adult. And then when it really became like, oh, this is something I really like and I'm really into, was when we went with my son for the first time when he was 5. And it was because it was like less than I don't know how many months. I'm going to say less than 9 months for sure after my mom passed. And
Bless you.
going to Disney was the first time after that had happened when I really felt happy, and when I felt like a lightness and everything had sort of lifted for that week, where I was able to just focus on magic and having a good time and watching my kid enjoy himself. And it totally changed me, because I was like, oh, there's this place I can go to. And I think that's why, like, I like the movies and everything, but I'm more of a parks person because the parks is so immersive. And I have talked to a lot of people that come out of something traumatic. And when they go there, that's what turns them into a so-called Disney adult, is that they get that sense of like, oh, this is where I can escape like real
Yeah.
world problems. So
For me, I think it's like when I was a kid, like I grew up like loving all this stuff. And it's like when I then go back to like the parks now as an adult, it's like I'm a kid again. So I've not got
yeah.
any of these stresses. As soon as I get through that welcome to Disney World archway, I'm like, I'm happy again. Like all my
Yes.
worries are gone and I'm light and I'm airy and I can just
Mm-hmm.
smile and have fun. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I completely agree.
How often do you get to Orlando?
So fun. I've actually only been 3 times. So I
Okay.
went for my first time in January 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, he's been going since he was a little boy and he loves it. So he kind of got me into it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we went January 2023. We did 2 weeks then. We then, because I loved it so much, we came home and the week later we booked again to go in September
That's how it works.
2023. Yeah. So we went then in September 2023 for just over 2 weeks. And then we went November 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually, when we went in September 23,
Mm-hmm.
while I was there, I emailed the villa owner of the villa we were staying in, and
Mm-hmm.
I booked for this trip that we're about to go on for Scott's 30th birthday as like a
Mm-hmm.
surprise for him for his 30th.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this will be my fourth time that I'm going.
Okay. And seeing as where you live is close to Disneyland Paris, do you ever get over to Disneyland Paris?
I haven't as of yet. I would absolutely love to, but
Mm-hmm.
Scott is not as keen.
Oh,
um,
why not?
Purely because so Scott, he does love like the Disney parks, but I think
Mm-hmm.
he just loves Orlando. He loves Universal, for example. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
into all of that stuff, and I think
Mm-hmm.
he kind of feels if he went to Disneyland Paris, it wouldn't be kind of as up his street as what we get at Orlando. And I think he feels like he maybe wouldn't enjoy it as much and he'd maybe
Mm-hmm.
be underwhelmed. But me
Uh-huh.
personally, like I'm desperate to go. One of my friends, Lisa, I'm always like, we should do a girls trip like there.
Oh, you
So
should.
yeah, so hopefully one day like we do make the trip over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would love to go.
I mean, Orlando is sort of the center of it all because there's the most stuff there in terms of Disney, but then also Universal is so amazing there as well.
Mm,
Have you ever considered going to the California parks where you could
yes.
also do Universal and Disneyland?
Yes, that is like next on my bucket list. Like I'm
Okay.
desperate to go because Cars Land for me looks
Hmm.
unbelievable. Like it looks incredible. We've always wanted to do like LA and California, etc. Anyway, so
Hmm.
like I said to Scott, like we should build it into doing like a LA, Hollywood, California trip where we
Oh,
can kind of
yeah.
see all of that stuff, but then also have that Disney fix as well, and like obviously the
Right.
Universal. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, it is something we'd love to do.
Yeah. There's never enough time or money to do everything we want to do
Literally.
when we want to do it. So, but
Exactly that.
you know what? I always say it gives us something to daydream about, right?
Exactly that. It gives us something to work for as well.
Right, right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this trip. First of all, what are the dates of your trip? Because this is a long one.
It is. So we go on the 3rd of May and we go until our flight home is the 25th of May. We land back in the UK on the 26th.
Okay.
So yeah, as I mentioned, I booked this for Scott's 30th birthday as like a
Mm-hmm.
surprise. So his birthday actually falls on the 18th of May while we're there. So
Mm-hmm.
he gets to celebrate over there, which is super special.
Oh, that's going to be so cool. What a luxury to be able to take that much time off. I feel like in the US, people don't get nearly as much vacation typically at their jobs. Or if they do, like I have a good amount of vacation, but I can't ever take that much off like
At
all at
one
one
time.
time. Yeah, like usually a week and a half is about the length of what a vacation would be for us.
I've never done a trip this long before ever,
Oh,
and
okay.
my boss was leaving
Mm-hmm.
my work, so I booked it with her before she left, and
Oh,
she approved it, and I was like, amazing. And Scott, he works for himself, so
okay.
he's got
Perfect.
his own company, so he can just kind of take it off, and he's got guys that will work while he's away. So
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
we're pretty
That was
fortunate.
smart. Like, get her to approve it before the new person comes and it's like, no, you
Literally.
can't do that.
Literally.
You're a smart girl. All right. So, who is going to be joining you on this trip? I know Scott is going to be there. All right. Who else besides Scott, though? Because I know you have a couple other special guests.
Yeah, so my mum and dad are actually coming for the first 2 weeks of the holiday. So my mum and dad, we always say they're more like friends rather than our parents. Like we literally got on with them like they're just our friends from school. My
Mm-hmm.
dad is like the funniest guy I've ever met. He's like best friends with Scott. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're both coming. Their 10-year wedding anniversary is actually the day before we fly. So we're kind
Oh,
of celebrating like that plus Scott's birthday.
yeah.
And they've never been to America. They've never been to Disney. Like, so we've got like their first time, like, experience coming up,
Uh-huh.
and we're vlogging the whole 3 weeks. So I'm super excited to capture like their experience of it for the first
Oh,
time, which is going to be so
wow.
special.
Wow. This is going to be a trip full of firsts.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. First of all, overall scope of things, do you have like a set layout of what days you think you're doing what parks, or are you going to leave a little bit more up in the air for spontaneity?
So I've got a day by day itinerary with every
Okay.
single thing that we're doing on every single day.
Oh
so
my word.
So
Okay.
we've basically got 14-day tickets for Disney and Universal. Because in the UK we can buy like those 14-day bundle tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first week and a half we have Disney, and then after that Universal then kicks in until the end of the trip. So it's kind of split
Okay.
like that.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the it 14 you have 14 days to go into both Disney and Universal, but the 14 days for each of those are not overlapping. I
So
mean,
they overlap
they're overlapping in the
slightly
middle.
in the middle week, yeah,
Right.
but we can't do
Okay.
Universal on the first week, for example, and Disney
Okay.
ends on like the 21st or something like that.
Okay. So where did you get your tickets from? Because I've spoken with people from the UK who have done something similar, and it's called Florida. Is it Florida Ticks or something like that?
Yeah, there's that one. There's also attraction tickets, but the place that
Mm-hmm.
we always buy ours from is Orlando attraction tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And just because they were the most cost effective for us, they're actually local to us and we didn't even notice. They're like 5 minutes away from us.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, I know, we couldn't believe it. So yeah, we always do it on there. They have these 14-day tickets, but they also
Mm-hmm.
have like other tickets. So if you want to do Kennedy Space Centre, they've got stuff for that. They've got stuff for kind of all the other bits in Florida as well, which is good.
Okay. Did you get to pick your 14 days? Were you able to say, I want my Disney 14 days to start on this date and I want my Universal to start on this date?
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. So
Okay.
I bought a bundle which included both of those. It also included like Discovery Cove as well, with a
Mm,
dolphin swim as well.
okay.
So it included all of it. And I just had to specify Disney will start from the start of my trip.
Mm-hmm.
Universal will then kick in on like the middle, so that then I've got it to last to the end of the trip. And
Mm-hmm.
then my Discovery Cove day will be on a specific day, because obviously for the dolphin swim they have to book all that in and stuff. So
Right. Okay. Are you doing any kind of add-ons? Like, are you doing any dining packages or multi-pass or Universal Express or anything like that?
So we are not doing dining packages purely because we stay off site in a villa,
Mm-hmm.
and as part of like our holidays in Orlando, we love visiting like Orlando restaurants. So we've got a
Mm-hmm.
car that we've hired and we'll drive to the US 192, which is just
Mm-hmm.
a road full of restaurants. We love going to like International Drive and trying all of those. So we
Mm-hmm.
tend to not do dining plans so that we can do all of that. But we have booked some dining reservations at Disney for
Mm-hmm.
while we're there as well.
Okay. Tell me about the villa that you're going to be staying in.
Yeah, so we've stayed in a couple of different villas. We've booked this villa that's very, very close to the US 192. It's at an area called the Four Corners in
Mm-hmm.
Kissimmee, and it's a 10-minute drive from Disney. It's got its own pool, it's got a little games room. I think it's got 4 bedrooms. It's got the
Oh,
kitchen
wow.
area,
You
and we
can each
love
have your own bedroom.
exactly that. But we love it, and it just gives us that like freedom, because if we want to have like a break from that like Disney bubble, which most of the time I don't, but Scott likes
Mm-hmm.
to kind of come and chill and stuff. We have that place that's like kind of feels like our own for that like few weeks that we're there, where we
Mm-hmm.
can just chill out, we can go in the pool, which we love. And then for me, like a massive part of it, which sounds so silly, is we have our own like washer and dryer. And I love being able to like
Not
wash
silly
my
at all.
clothes.
Not silly at all. So I'm a Disney Vacation Club member, and one of the
Mm.
things that I really enjoy is access to a washer and dryer, and I'm staying nowhere near as long as you are. It's just nice to be able to wash clothes should you need to, like if something gets dirty, and then also you don't have to pack as much if you have access to a
Exactly.
washer dryer. So
Exactly
I
that.
get
And it's
it.
like I get comfortable in like certain outfits and I'm like, oh, just I want to wear that again so I can wash
Yeah.
it and then I can wear it if I want to. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love doing all that.
Perfect. Okay. And you'll have a rental car for the entire time.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
How do you feel about driving on the right side of the road?
Oh my goodness. Honestly. So Scott does most of the driving, but when we went in November, I was insured on the car as well. And Scott, he suffers really badly from migraines. So
Mhm.
I had to get insured just in case anything like that comes up and he can't drive.
Uh-huh.
So um, we were driving home from one of the parks one night and Scott was like, he had a migraine. So he was like sleeping in the front seat of the car. And he
Uh-huh.
opened his eyes and I was like driving on the wrong side of the road
Oh
in this
no.
like housing estate bit, like where we are. And he was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. And then the next morning, I was like, I did so well driving last night. And Scott was like, no, you didn't. You absolutely did not. But that's the only like close call I've had. Other than that, I was absolutely fine driving over there. It's all open, straight roads, so it's a lot easier than driving in the UK.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it sounds like that happened at a place where there were no other cars driving at that time anyway. So,
Yes, exactly. It was in like the
yeah.
complex where our villa is, so I was super
Right.
lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we just won't talk about that. That's fine.
No, no.
I'm not going to report you. Um, all right. So, you want to give me a general outline of your days and which parks you're going to when?
Yes. So we're first week, like I said, we're doing a lot of Disney. So um in the mornings we kind of do we'll have breakfast kind of either at Denny's or we'll take like a little snack with us to the parks and then we'll go to I think on the first day we're doing Hollywood Studios.
Mhm.
That evening or afternoon we'll then come back to the villa and get changed, freshened up, probably have a bit of time in the swimming pool and then we'll
Mhm.
pop to Magic Kingdom for the fireworks that evening. And that is always our like thing that we do on the first day of our holiday, just because it's like what we did the first time we went together, so we kept that going.
Oh, yeah. So it's now it's
Um,
tradition.
yeah, exactly that. So
Mhm.
we've got that. Then we have like other days where we're doing like Magic Kingdom. We're doing
Mhm.
some Animal Kingdom in the day, and then like I say in the afternoon, like late afternoon, we'll come back and chill at the pool again. And
Mhm.
then out in the evening, either to the US 192 for dinner, or we'll pop into a park for dinner.
Mhm.
Um, We've then on the first week as well, we've got a trip to Kennedy Space Centre
Oh,
because
fun.
my dad really wants to go there.
Mhm.
And we're super lucky as well because on the 11th of May, I think it is, there's a
Mhm.
rocket launch while we're there. So we're hoping that we can try and catch that as well on one of the evenings.
Oh, wow. Well, if you are in a high enough building, even if you're not over on, Kennedy Space Center property, you
Mm.
can see the rocket launches from the Contemporary. I know that
Oh,
for a fact because
really?
I've watched yeah, I've been at California Grill before when there was a rocket launch and gone out onto the balcony and watched it.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, as long as
insane.
it's like a pretty clear night.
Yeah, yeah, of
So
course.
I forgot to ask you in terms of your flight. So, what time are you arriving?
So our flight is from London at 10:40, which means we land around 3:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the flight that we get from London. So it means that by the time we've got our car rental and our cases, we're usually back at the villa by about 5:30, 6. And
Mm-hmm.
then we can go for dinner. We usually then go to Walmart and stock up and stuff for the villa,
Right.
and have a bit of a chilled one that evening so that we
Yeah.
can then be fresh for Hollywood Studios the next morning super early. So yeah.
Yeah. How do you deal with the time difference? Is it fairly easy for you to get acclimated?
So for me personally, I used to be a flight attendant and I used
Mhm.
to really struggle with time difference. And I remember
Mhm.
Scott and I went on holiday to Vegas for a week, and the full week I was just drained. I could not cope with it. But when we've came to Orlando every time, I've been absolutely fine. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I power through and I'm like on the Disney hype and the Orlando hype. But yeah, I just thought I always feel absolutely fine when I come to Orlando. So yeah.
Your parents are staying for a portion of the trip. What dates are they there?
So they come down to London from Scotland on
Mhm.
the 2nd of May, the
Mhm.
Friday, and they fly with us on the same flight on the 3rd.
Mhm.
They then fly home on the 17th,
Okay.
which is the day before Scott's birthday.
What other plans do you have in the general outline of things?
Yeah, so while we're at the park, so my dad, being Scottish and yeah, just being him, he does love a drink. So we're actually doing the Epcot Drinking Round the World challenge while we're there on
Uh-huh.
the first week, and he's so excited for that. So we've
Uh-huh.
got that coming up. Um, we've got the Disney 4 park day challenge that
Oh,
we're going to
wow.
do as well.
Sounds
Um,
like you're gonna go hard the entire time.
yeah, big
I was
time.
thinking the fact that you had so long, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna take it easy. They're gonna just,
No.
like, go from" No, you're going to, like, hit the ground running and not stop.
Well, the last week we were debating kind of having like a bit more of a chilled one for me and Scott, but we're the
Mhm.
type of people that like we can't sit still. Like we have to be constantly on the go. So having like
Mhm.
a full busy itinerary is like
Yeah.
right up our street. And because it's my parents' first time, we want to make sure they do everything,
Everything, yeah.
or as
Mhm.
much as they can.
Right.
So yeah, we're hitting the ground running basically.
Wow. Okay. Are you wearing any special outfits? Because when you said that you were doing the four-part challenge and the drinking around the world, it made me wonder, are you getting T-shirts for these events or anything like that?
So I have spoken to this Instagram page called Decor Luxe, and
Mhm.
she has created me the most beautiful printed t-shirts. And one of them, it has like um the each of the landmarks
Uh-huh.
from each of the 4 parks.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, that is like the perfect t-shirt for my 4 park day challenge. So I'm wearing that on that day.
Mhm.
The drinking around the world day, we didn't get any t-shirts made, but I cannot express to you when I say the amount of printed t-shirts I have for this holiday is not normal. I think I've got about 20 in my suitcase.
Uh-huh.
And bless them, my mum and dad, they phoned me last night and they've got like matching Mickey Mouse 2025 t-shirts for the airport
Oh
that they're
my
going to
gosh.
wear. And my dad, he's got like, he loves Rex from Toy Story. So he's went and
Uh-huh.
bought like Rex t-shirts and all of this
Aw,
stuff as well, bless them. So they're super
that's
excited.
sweet. That's so cute. Let's talk dining reservations. I know that you
Yes.
said that you'll eat a lot on, I think you said 192 is
On the US
the
192, yeah. Yeah.
right. What kind of in-park or resort property dining reservations have you made?
Yeah, so there's our favourite ever one that we've done, which actually isn't a reservation. I think it's like you join the walk up
Mhm.
list, is I can't, excuse me for the pronunciation, but I think it's called Geyser Point, and
You
it's
got
at
it exactly
Wilderness
right.
Lodge. Oh,
Mhm.
perfect. So Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge, we absolutely love. So we're going to go there. I've booked Space 220, which
Mhm.
we've never done, and my dad obviously loves space, etc.
Uh-huh.
So we're so excited to go and try that. For the evening of Scott's birthday, I've booked STK at
Mhm.
Disney Springs, which we've never done before. Also at Disney Springs, Summer House on the Lake, which is like the newish one. I
It's my
think.
new favorite.
Really? Oh, we've
I've
never done it.
I've been twice now, and I've declared it my favorite. Like, both times were incredible.
Oh,
The
okay.
food was so good. Both times I got the same entree because I was so excited about it. But they have this Brussels sprout salad that is
Oh,
just so fresh and delicious, and it's like it's shaved Brussels sprouts and it's got peas in it, so you got like
hmm
little bursts of the pea flavor, and it's just wonderful. And I had different appetizers at each because I need to try new things, right? But
yeah.
I was just so looking forward to that salad. The cocktails are great, and then the cookies are
I've heard about these cookies.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, they look incredible.
I think you should get a variety of them and take them
Okay.
back to the villa, and then you just have them to munch on for your time there.
Okay.
They're so good. Yeah.
I will definitely take that on board. That's made me even more excited for that one.
Yeah. It's really good.
So yeah, we've got that one booked. We also I love. Have you ever done the Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom,
Yes.
which is like the Winnie the Pooh dining experience?
Mhm.
So my favorite character is Eeyore, and obviously
Mm.
the only way to meet him there is to do that experience. But when we did
Mhm.
it, the food was incredible. It's like a buffet style like
Right.
food. And the chicken, I'm a massive chicken girl, and the seasoned chicken was incredible. So we're going back there definitely.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't booked it yet, but I want to try some sort of like character dining breakfast.
Mhm.
I've been told that I should do, what's it called? Topolino's?
Oh, yeah.
Is it
That's a
that
good
one?
one. That's a really
And
good
there was
one.
another one that I've been told to try, and I can't get the name of it in my head. Is it Ohana's?
Ohana.
Ohana, sorry, Ohana, yes. um, yeah, so I've been told to try Ohana for the character breakfast there as well, or the character
Yeah.
dining there.
It's
So yeah, I want
that
to
one
book one
can
of those.
be a little hard to get some. I mean, both of them are very popular.
Mm,
I would say between the two, like if you're a foodie and you want really good food, Topolino's is the way to go.
okay,
But they're different experiences because the Ohana character breakfast is Stitch and that sort of stuff, whereas Topolino is the Fab Four
yeah.
wearing very cute outfits, adorable outfits, but the food is really good there.
Okay.
And then for Crystal Palace, you're not doing that for breakfast, you're doing it for a lunch or a dinner?
Yes, I did it for dinner the last time I did it, and
Okay.
we loved the food. So yeah, we'll do that as well.
Okay. I went there and did the character breakfast in
Okay.
February, and it was delicious. They have churro
Oh,
waffles.
no way. I
Yeah.
love churros.
Yeah. It's really good.
Oh, that
So
changes things.
you might want to consider that.
Oh, that changes things.
They have the churro waffles, and then they also have like a soft serve ice cream thing next to it. So if you want to put ice cream on top of your churro waffles, you
Oh
can.
my God. I'm
And it's buffet,
convinced.
so you go get as much as you
As
want.
many as I
And
want.
you get to see Eeyore and all of his
Oh,
pals. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to relook at that then and rethink. Scott's going to go crazy at me when I tell him I'm changing absolutely everything.
You know what though? I say book everything you think you might want, and you can always cancel it in the lead up.
Yeah.
You've got time. For your parents, they're going to be able to go to a portion of the Universal, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many days of the Universal parks are they going to be able to join
So
you
I'm
for?
looking at the last week of theirs, and they have 3 or 4 full days that we
Okay.
can take them. So yeah, they're coming for 3 or 4 of those, which I think is enough.
How did they do their tickets? Because you're not going to be there the same amount of time. Did they just go ahead and get the same tickets as you and it worked out price-wise?
Yeah, so they bought the exact same tickets.
Okay.
They can basically use, so they could do Universal from the beginning,
Mhm.
but they're
Okay.
not, they're just splitting it to do it the same as us. So they've got access to Disney and Universal for the whole 2 weeks they're there.
Got
It's just
it.
our Universal kicks in halfway through the second week.
Got it. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Any other add-ons that you're going to be doing? Any tours? anything off property? I know you said Kennedy Space Center and you're doing Discovery Cove. Anything else, like going to Gator World or anything like that?
Yes. So that's actually something that we've never done Gator World, but every time we've been, we've had tickets for it included in our tickets.
Uh-huh.
So I think we will make the trip to Gatorland this time.
Okay.
My absolute favorite thing in Orlando is Celebration Lake.
Mm.
And we always go there in the morning and take like a little Starbucks hot chocolate with us. And we sit at the lake. We look for alligators. We then go walking around all the lakes. But they've got a bike rental there.
Uh-huh.
So we really want to rent bikes this time and cycle around the lakes and then go
Mm-hmm.
look at the houses and stuff. So we're definitely going to do that. We are also looking at doing kayaking with the manatees,
Oh,
which is
fun.
a tour that I've seen on loads of different things online. So we're
Uh-huh.
looking at doing that on the last week when my parents go home.
Okay.
We've also looked at doing segwaying around one
Uh-huh.
of the national parks. So we're potentially looking at that, but I'm not entirely sure as of yet.
Uh-huh.
And then Scott actually surprised me the other night and he has booked an add-on to our trip, which I didn't know about. And it's basically, Typhoon Lagoon at
Mm-hmm.
Disney.
Yes.
He's booked for us to do the H2O Glow Nights
Oh, I've done
on the
that.
last week. I've never done it before. And like, we love water parks. So we're doing that this
Oh,
time.
it's fun. It's really fun to be there at night, and it's nice because it's a party, so the lines are really short. So you
Mm.
just walk around and do whatever you want, and then they've got all the glow stuff and the DJ, and just be careful. Have you been to Typhoon Lagoon before at
Yeah,
all?
yeah, we've done it a lot. Yeah.
Okay. That wave pool.
Oh,
It is strong.
I get motion sickness and see the like little waves that are like constant.
Uh-huh.
I was like nauseous in that pool. I was like, I have to get
Oh,
out of
really?
this.
What blows my mind is that you can stand there with the water maybe up to your knees and still
Yeah.
get knocked over because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is so strong even when the water gets, towards the end of its wave. It's
100%.
still very powerful. So
Yeah.
not for the weak.
No, and I'm the least gracious person in water ever. So I'm like backwards rolling as that's hitting me and everything, legs in the air.
Oh, that's funny. You got to watch your Magic Band there too. If you're using Magic
Yes,
Band, I've heard
absolutely.
multiple people getting their Magic Bands knocked off in one of those
Really?
things. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Somebody I knew, I can't remember who, but someone I knew lost their Magic Band entirely. I think when we were there, my husband's Magic Band like came off, and I was like,
Mm,
put your little protector thingy on it because we have the little
yeah,
slide things. So it's just, you gotta pay attention. I don't know.
absolutely.
Um, all right. Anything else that you want to talk about in the excitement of your trip?
I'm just looking at my itinerary. So yeah, we've obviously got all the parks. The evenings we've got like if we're not at a park in the evening, we've got like 192 reservations or
Mm-hmm.
places that we plan on going to. Like there's a shuffleboard bar that we're going to because we love shuffleboard.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, we've got Top Golf that we're going to go to on one of the evenings. We love
Mm-hmm.
mini golf, so we'll be doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, and oh, also, sorry, one of my favorite things in Florida is Disney Springs at the
Mm-hmm.
waterside stage.
Mm-hmm.
I could literally sit there all night and just not move because it is.
Mm.
I just feel so happy whenever I'm sat. And there's this singer that always sings there called Dracy. And if you
Uh-huh.
haven't seen him, you have to go and see
I'm
him
sure
because
I have. I don't know what they look like, so I'll have to
oh,
look it
he
up.
is incredible. He's so good. So yeah, we're so excited to go see him again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's all the parks,
Mm-hmm.
all the kind of little restaurants that we want to do outside of the park, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, this is going to be such an amazing trip. I'm so jealous that you get to go for so long. It's amazing because when you go for like a week, it's it's harder to convince yourself to do these things that are not right in the parks. So
Mm,
I have wanted to do Kennedy Space Center and that sort of thing, and we just haven't made the time for it
yeah.
because I've wanted to stay on property, but I need to get over there and do that. And I would love to do Discovery Cove and
Mm,
that sort of thing too. And when you have as much time as you do, you have the luxury to get it all in.
Yeah,
So.
that we've always been the exact same. Like Scott and I, we love like space and stuff like that. So we've always
Mhm.
said like, oh, we'll do it this trip, we'll do it this trip, and it's just never
Mhm.
happened because you've got so much like booked in.
Mhm.
So then when we had the extra time this time, and I knew my dad would love it, I was like, right,
Mhm.
I'm making a point. We're doing it this
Yeah.
time. So yeah, we're excited.
Would you go to space if you could?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Would
easy
you?
answer for you. No, I'm afraid.
No,
No,
really?
I there's something about infinity.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think I could handle it. I am okay here on Earth.
I'm good with my feet on the ground.
Right. I don't mind flying. Like I'll go up in airplanes and
Yeah.
no problem. Especially if they're
But you're
taking
still
me
in
fun
Earth at that
places.
point.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't think I need to go anywhere with no gravity. And when I watch space movies, even it makes me nervous when they do things outside of the spaceship, like they're out there
Mm.
fixing something, and I'm just like, oh God, I can't. What if you just started floating away? Like you're never gonna stop. You're just gonna be floating
Yeah.
forever.
That it is a scary thought as well because there was one recently where they went up and then they were stuck up there for like
Yeah,
months and months. And I was like, that is insane. Like imagine being away from like your family for that long and yeah,
yeah,
that's the part that scares me. But I think my
yeah.
curiosity would always just say yeah.
I don't recall. Did they have enough supplies? Did they have to send supplies up to them? I'm
I think
not
they
sure.
managed to send stuff up. I'm pretty sure Scott said
Okay.
they managed to send some bits up.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, I just that's the part that like scares me is like the not being able to come back. But like I say,
Right.
I think I'd just be so curious by it that I'd be like, oh, I have to go see.
Well, since you're so gung ho about space, neglected to ask you, what are you like in terms of rides? Will you ride anything?
Yes. However, I get the world's worst motion sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And any slight piece of movement, even in a car, like if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not in the front seat, I'm ill. So every single morning in Florida, I have to take travel sickness tablets. And
Uh-huh.
my dad's like, I can't believe you're going on holiday to take a travel sickness tablet just to cope with the day. And I'm like, yeah,
But it works?
it does. It does. Yeah.
Okay.
The ones I've got, touch wood, help me. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I will ride anything. I used to be a bit nervous when I was younger, but these days it doesn't
Uh-huh.
really bother me.
Do you get it worse on actual roller coasters or screen-based things?
I think I get it on both, to be honest. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think it really makes a difference. The one though that I cannot ride because I
Mhm.
took tablets and I still almost passed out on it and I was dying after it was Mission Space in Epcot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I listened to all the safety briefings of like, if you get motion sickness, don't do this and blah blah blah. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. I've took a tablet. After it,
Which
I was
which one did you
vomiting.
do? The green version or the orange?
Is it the orange one that's like the motion sickness one? That's the
Yeah, it's the
intense
worst
one.
one. It's the
That's
worst
the one
one.
I did.
Yeah. The green one's not so bad, but I don't like it either. It does
Yeah.
not feel great. I was wondering if you were going to say the Simpsons ride over at Universal because that one makes me feel ill and I don't get motion
Really?
sickness all that bad. Like I will in a car if I'm trying to read a book or something while I'm in a car, which
Yeah.
you just shouldn't do. But yeah, I don't generally get it on rides and that's the one ride where I'm just like, "Ugh, I don't feel great afterwards."
So we haven't done the Simpsons ride.
Okay.
I
I
don't know
might advise
why.
against it if you
Okay.
have bad motion sickness, because it's like being on a roller coaster, but it's totally a screen the entire
Oh
time,
yeah,
and
I
so
don't
it's
think I'd
just
cope.
moving, and yeah, and then there's all these smells and stuff too that are associated with it, that just like don't add to it, in my opinion. Like
Oh god, yeah. I
yeah,
think I'll
baby Maggie's
pass.
on the screen, and you smell baby powder, and it's
Oh.
ugh.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, yeah. Enjoy the rest of Simpsons Land, but not.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of Universal, are you getting over to Epic Universe?
No, so the reason being, well, It's kind of hit and miss at the moment. So our park tickets, because they start from like the 11th of May,
Mm-hmm.
they don't include them. If we,
Uh-huh.
I contacted the people I bought it from, and they said I could include it free of charge.
Mm-hmm.
However, would have to start my park tickets from the 23rd of May,
Oh, okay.
which obviously is like 2 days before I fly home. So I was like, there's not
Right.
really any point. Now,
Right.
we are potentially looking to upgrade to annual pass holders at Universal.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do that, we might be able to book like a 1 day, but I think it'll be sold out by then anyway. So yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we'll get to it this time. But we are looking to go back to Orlando potentially in November,
Mm-hmm.
which means that we will be able to do it then.
Okay. If you upgrade based on the tickets you have, is it the same as with Disney where you can just pay the difference in what you've
Yes.
already paid? Okay.
Yeah, exactly that.
All right. Yeah. Depending on how many days you're there, it can very much be worth it. And based on the length of your trips, I
Well,
think that
yeah.
it's probably worth it in your case.
Well, yeah, we were thinking as well, like because of car parking,
Uh-huh. Oh,
if you
yeah.
upgrade to annual pass, like it's free of charge to park, whereas we
Right.
pay like $30 a day to park. So we're
Yeah.
like, it's almost like a no brainer just to upgrade even one of our passes
Right.
to an annual pass just to get the free parking.
Right. Exactly. And then I would imagine you also get discounts on things like
Yeah,
merchandise there. Do you
exactly
know
that.
what kind of discount it is at Universal?
Oh, I'm
Because
not
at Disney, it's
100% sure.
20% off.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure. There's a YouTuber that Scott and I watch, and he's an annual pass holder at
Mm-hmm.
Universal. And I can't for the life of me remember how much the discount is, but I know he
Mm.
definitely gets it on his pass.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about your trip. I can't wait to hear how it all goes and see some of
Thank
the
you.
photos and watch your vlogs and everything. So it's going to be great. You only have a matter of days now before you
Yeah,
leave. So good luck with the packing.
thank
And
you.
and I hope everything goes smoothly with your travel and we'll talk when you get back.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much to Nats for agreeing to be on the show. I just love chatting with you, and I know you will be a hit with my lovely listeners as well. Listeners, please make sure you go give Nats a follow on Instagram and on YouTube. Both links are in the show notes, and I know she would love to hear how you liked the episodes, so please comment on the episode announcements on my Instagram page. If you have a trip coming up and you'd like to be a podcast guest, please go to my website, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com, and click on the Be Our Guest button. Right now, I am looking for people traveling in September 2025 and beyond. And the sooner you submit, the more likely you are to make it into my recording schedule. Okay, that is all for now. Make sure you're subscribed to the show on the podcast platform of your choice so that the newest episodes will always be in your queue ready to go. Nat's post trip episode is up next, so you definitely don't want to miss that. As always, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.